It just cracked here. Huge crack. How many electricians does it take to remove sound dampening? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us. In this episode we're going to be working on this Renault Clio. You're obviously quite familiar with it. If you're not, we are converting this Renault Clio Sport 182. It is about a 2005 model. We're converting it into an actual race car. In this episode we're going to be cleaning it up, removing a whole bunch of sound dampening material, taking out the rear axle, the front wishbones, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Stay with us.
But before we could get started, I had to give this thing a proper clean because it just came back from the roll cage installation and there was crap everywhere. There was dust in every single corner, and I don't think this car has ever had a proper clean. So it's done a lot of track time, and yeah, it was just time to give it a good clean. From there I had to get the wheels off, as I needed access to the front wishbones and the rear axle. Here's a good tip. Once you've taken the wheels off, put the wheel nuts back on the studs. This just prevents them from getting lost.
Because I don't care! I don't care what you say! Life is shit, get to know this, huh? Life is shit! It's shit! You must struggle, I don't care.
So the axle is out, but man, it is fighting me. So in order to get these bolts out, I've had to take the hub off because these bolts and nuts are open-ended on this side. So effectively, they were just spinning inside, which might become a problem when we want to do alignment on this car, because I see it has no shims inside here between the hub and the actual axle. So that is how you would set it up toe in or out. Now the reason I wanted to get this off was because I needed to get these sensors off. Now this is obviously a wheel speed sensor that picks up off of this tooth wheel. So that works with the ABS, and in order to get that off, let me show you here. So this is a magnificent design. You can't get the bolt off because it folds with the axle. I can't get the cables off, etc. So in other words, to get the cables off, you have to take the hub off. Anyhow, the reason we're taking all of that off is because this axle is going to get reinforced in a whole bunch of places. It's giving me a headache.
So from there I just cleaned up the rest of it and got it all stripped. So the rear axle and the front wishbones went with Wesley to a fabricator he has, and they reinforced all of it. Next it was onto the interior with the sound deadening and all of the cables and everything else that needed to come out. Reason being, this car was going for paint at some point, so before it went we wanted to get everything prepped and get all the weight out of it.
Came from Google Land.
Enjoy.
Thanks, there's a present for me. This thing is probably so dirty. 10 minutes with Baldu here.
What?
And this is what happens.
They said there was food. Fixed!
Progressing. That is a lot of cable. So we're taking out the sound dampening now. So that's the HVAC system. It's going to have water pipes connected to it. There's water pipes at the back here. We're going to have to disconnect.
Is that what's keeping it fast?
Down there. Also have supplies. Right. Alright, so we're about to do the dry ice story. Baldu's busy taking out the driver's seat because there is sound dampening under the driver's seat. So got pretty much everything out. A whole bunch of stuff is in there. We're going to weigh that and all the sound dampening that's coming out. So there's a bit at the back, over here, here, and then on the roof. So we got like quite a nice big piece at the top. Oh, you can hear it cracking. So we have put a whole bunch up there. It's popping and cracking. Hopefully it doesn't fight us too much. It just cracked here. Huge crack. How many electricians does it take to remove sound dampening? Look at that.
I've had it before.
8.55. 4.2. So that's going to be a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It was one hell of an episode. We got so much done. In the end, we pulled out 5 kilos in the wiring harness and 12.7 kilos in the sound dampening of this car, which is actually amazing considering that it's quite a small car. We still have to pull the windows out. We're going to get polycarb windows. All the door mechanicals need to come out, and there's still quite a few things, but the next big thing for this car is really it needs to go for paint. So effectively it's going to have the inside painted, and it's going to have all these body panels color matte. The wheels are also going to get refurbed. So once it's come back from paint, we can then really get started on the wiring harness for this thing, for the new ECU that's going in there, and as well as quite a few of the other little mechanical bits. The axle and the wishbones are going to come back from fabrication, We'll chuck those in, get the car on its wheels, get it mobile, and then it needs to go for paint. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button, consider subscribing, maybe leave a comment, and yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.